We have with us this afternoon Mr. Jimmy Wright, who is going to be our next TCAT Shelbyville president. We're so honored and thrilled to have you with us this afternoon. We just want to give you an opportunity to kind of introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, as you said, my name is Jimmy Wright. I am currently the Chief Student Affairs Officer for Big Sandy Community and Technical College in Kentucky, overseeing all things student. That includes partnerships, relationships, co-ops, anything that's engaged with a student is under my forte currently. I have been in this role for 9 years, currently as the Chief Student Affairs Officer. The skills that I have actually bringing to this site will be partnership building, grant writing, and funding. We have received a lot of grants that we have written up here currently, where you have just been awarded about $3.5 million in grants for this month. So I look forward to see what grant opportunities are available for TCAT, because I really know that the feds like to give us money.
That's great news. And you said that $3.5 million is for 1 month?
We were just awarded it this month for 2 different projects. One of them is for the welding program.
Excellent.
And the other one is healthcare. We are renovating an entire floor and received a federal grant to renovate every section of it, and it will house all of our allied health programs.
Okay, well, that sounds great. We can't wait for you to bring that here. So, speaking of bringing it here, tell us about your past experiences that have prepared you for your role as the next president of TCAT Shelbyville.
So, my roles started early on at the college as an associate dean, overseeing certain projects, working with workforce solutions, business partners, the local banks and hospitals. Moved from there to the dean of students. I have been registrar. I have been the chief student affairs officer. I have been the Big Sandy liaison to KCTCS, which is the central office here in Kentucky. I have strong partnerships with all of our workforce areas in the 16 colleges, because it drives everything that we do. We do live in a small rural community where partnerships between workforce and the college, it's all about. It is what drives our economy.
Well, speaking of workforce development, I'm going to let Kelly ask you the next question. Kelly is our Director of Existing Business Development, which she spends all day, every day talking about workforce development and working with our existing industry to be that link of communication with our educators. So, Kelly.
Thank you, Shane. Mr. Wright, I'm so excited to hear about your plans for TCAT Shelbyville. Can you tell us, is there an immediate plan for the first 3 to 6 months? What does that first year look like as you take the helm of president?
When I drove through Shelbyville, I got to see the Tyson plant, got to see a lot of mid-sized businesses. My first 3 to 6 months will be meeting those individuals. I want to know what they need from us and what we can do for them. I've looked at TCAT Shelbyville's enrollment. We have a lot of programs that offer opportunities for our students and our businesses. The people that we educate are the people that will be working in these businesses. So that first 3 to 6 months will be all about meet and greet. I want to know the people that are there.
Excellent.
You know, Mr. Wright, it's ironic that you mentioned the new TCAT location, which is right next to Duxon. Duxon makes electrolytes for the electric vehicle battery industries, and they'll be shipping their product to Columbia, Tennessee. But what I'd really like is, like I said, it's ironic that you mentioned that the new campus. Can you tell us how you see, because we've gotten $43 million of new funds that have been allocated for that project. Do you have any thoughts on the new campus underway and how it's going to help with workforce development and what the impact will be for this community?
Well, I did get to see the blueprints, got to see some of the players that will be housed in the new facility. And, those places include the University of Tennessee, the community college. I'm hoping that there's space for business and industry, potentially an incubator inside those facilities that will help grow our community. So I don't have much more than that, because I just got those blueprints about 10 days ago.
Okay.
How do you see the new campus aiding in the mission of TCAT Shelbyville?
So I think it allows for growth. It'll allow for some expansion. It's going to allow for some new equipment, for opportunities that I noticed when I was there. The TCAT Shelbyville campus now has got a lot of space, got a lot of process going on, but I think there's still room for growth. I think that there's still opportunities for us to expand programs that we're not even currently thinking about offering at those facilities. And the partnerships, when we talk about dual credit, why can't we do some dual credit at that facility? We talk about NAA 100 with the high schools and the local hospital. We could house it right there, perform the credit right there, and train right there. So I think that there's opportunities that we're not even thinking about yet.
Mr. Wright, you're getting me excited on so many levels right now. And so I want to shift gears for just a moment. There's definitions of workforce development all around us. Do you have a personal favorite definition of workforce development that you'd care to share?
For me, it's only one thing. It is the partnership. Workforce development is partnership only. It is, and it's not one-sided. It cannot be TCAT Shelbyville or the local business and industry. We both have to stand on that 50-yard line and negotiate what has to be done to grow our community. If TCAT Shelbyville stands on the sideline, business and industry isn't going anywhere. If business and industry is on the sideline, TCAT's not going anywhere. So partnership for me is all there is to workforce solutions and growth.
I completely agree. It's definitely a collaborative effort. Shane, what is that you like to say about economic development?
Economic development is and always will be a team sport.
Yep.
So, Mr. Wright, we have another question here for you, too. When it's talking about TCAT and the direction that you go, can you tell us any thoughts that you have on about direction for curriculum for the TCAT?
So I have looked at the current curriculum, and I see that they have 15 current programs, but I first need to see what they're allowed to offer. What else is allowed in Tennessee that TCAT can offer that we're not offering? There's things that I'm thinking that we should be considering, but unless, as I said to the chancellor, unless it's something I'm eligible to offer, we may have to go through a process with SACS and curriculum and CLE to get us there.
Okay. Now let's talk about Mr. Jimmy Wright a little bit more. You appreciate all the work about all the discussion about the new TCAT and the curriculum, but let's talk about Mr. Jimmy Wright for just a second here. How do you see your new role as TCAT president interplaying in the community?
So the relationship that I talked about earlier with workforce is all about me and them. I will be the face of TCAT Shelbyville. We will be one team, but the business and industry will be looking to Jimmy to say, hey, I need help. Can your team help do this? All that we're going to do is put the two teams together, but they're going to be looking for us to say, hey, how can we help? And I don't believe in no. I just do not have a thing for no. I want to figure out how we can do it and how do we make it happen. So for me, it'll be the face of the college to say, we're going to try this, even if it's not successful. If it is successful, we're going to try.
Okay. Well, I'll let Kelly wrap us up.
Sure. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with the community about yourself or your philosophies?
So, I am from a small town in Eastern Kentucky, raised here, born here, lived here all my life. When I visited Shelbyville, I will tell you, if we take the 6 lanes out of Shelbyville, it looks just like my hometown. Because people said, what does it look like? Well, it looks like downtown Kentucky with 6 lanes. So I just hope that the community is as energized about me coming there as I am, because I want to see us make a difference. I want to see us continue working together. The growth is already there. I'm not going to bring some massive growth. Shelbyville is on the move. I just want to be part of moving TCAT with them.
Well, thank you, and we appreciate you spending time with us. Give us the date that you're going to start, and one more time.
December the 1st, a Friday.
Right.
All right.
It is not far away.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it, and we'll be here to welcome you once you get in on that first day.
I appreciate it.
So nice to meet you.
It is nice to meet you. I cannot wait for our first meeting because, I was so excited to see the business growth there in town. I was able to see that there was so much activity, and I'm thinking, who's driving this force here? Who's moving these businesses together? You could tell that it was not a splintered community, that one business is over here and one's over here. Mm-hmm. Somebody I could tell was driving it forward, and I was just super excited to figure out, what are they doing here? Who's doing this for them?
Yeah, we're looking forward to having you, and if there's anything that we can do for you in the meantime, you just let us know.
I appreciate both of you.
Okay, we'll talk.
I'll see you in December.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.